Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, November 5, 2021. Persons found guilty of human trafficking will soon be facing tougher penalties after Parliament passed the Trafficking in Persons Prevention, Suppression and Punishment Amendment Act 2021 on Wednesday. The legislation has been amended to remove the option of fines in lieu of custodial sentences as a penalty for certain offences that are egregious in nature. It also increases the monetary penalties under Section 15 of the Act and requires amendment to Section 10 of the Child Care and Protection Act to remove the option of fine in lieu of custodial sentence. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says government is creating a legal framework that punishes human trafficking while deterring persons from getting involved in the criminal activity.
We are hoping that by presenting a legal framework in which the punishment is such that it deters the average from getting involved. We are accepting the recommendation that this should also apply to directors of companies who may have connived in allowing such activity to take place in the corporate body for which they represent, so that all who are getting directly involved in anything to do with trafficking and punishment will be subject to severe penalties.
Minister Chang says police officers are being trained in this area, and the bill will now provide all relevant authorities with the tools required to prevent any further expansion of the crime. The Private Security Regulation Authority, PSRA, is providing more avenues for the registration of security personnel and companies island-wide. To support that, the authority received a new Mobile Registration Unit, MRU, from Toyota Jamaica Limited on Thursday. The unit, which has been retrofitted with 2 meeting areas, document storage, and bathroom facilities, will facilitate security personnel registration and renewal on site. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, Senator Matthew Samuda, says this will help the PSRA's efforts to bring individuals in the private security industry into full compliance with government standards and regulations.
Beyond the greater regulatory compliance, these measures also serve to ensure the PSRA can pursue its essential function in the era of COVID while itself complying with COVID response measures. Pre-pandemic, security guards registering with the authority would have had to congregate at the organization's offices in greater numbers than are acceptable under present circumstances.
The PSRA is also facilitating 24-hour access to its virtual license renewal services, which can be accessed at psra.gov.jm. The authority has also expanded its business operations with the opening of offices in Montego Bay and the refurbishing and reorganization of its Kingston offices. Government is exploring a possible private-public partnership PPP arrangement for the upgrading of the Lionel Densham Aerodrome in Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth. Discussions around a reverse PPP were held this week with Transport and Mining Minister Robert Montague, the Airports Authority of Jamaica, and the owner of Jakes Holdings Limited, Jason Hensel. The aerodrome is currently owned and operated by Jakes Holdings Limited, and the proposal is for it to be acquired and developed by the government to improve air connectivity in the South Coast. Upgrades to Lionel Densham would then include the expansion of the runway from its current 2,300 feet to 3,200 feet to facilitate larger aircraft. In addition, the surface would be upgraded from compacted marl to asphalt, a welcome center constructed, the entire property fenced, and the access road rehabilitated. The Lionel Densham Aerodrome is the only air transportation option at present for tourists or visitors wishing to visit the Greater Treasure Beach Resort area. It is projected that ready access to safe and reliable air transportation to the area would boost visitor arrivals and reduce the lengthy road travel, which is a big disincentive for tourists and visitors. Persons with an interest in the field of development and community interventions are being invited to register for the Symposium on Best Practices for Social and Community Renewal. This is scheduled for November 10 at 9 a.m. and is being hosted by the Planning Institute of Jamaica Community Renewal Program, PIOJ-CRP, and its partners. Registration can be done online using the social media pages and websites of the event partners. Persons can also email bestpractice@pioj.gov.jm or register directly at the event website piojbestpracticessymposium.com. Program Director of the PIOJ's Community Renewal Program, Charles Clayton, says the focus is to provide models that can be utilized by other people who are initiating interventions in community spaces and to see how they can work in a collaborative way to be more effective.
So what we really want to do this year is to demonstrate that unless we pull the pieces together in a holistic and cohesive way, community development cannot succeed. And so we hope at the end of this symposium, other agencies who are not yet on board will come on board and recognize that we have to work together along common thematic areas and in common community spaces, and working to put the pieces together in a sequential and collaborative way if we really want to succeed in community development.
Mr. Clayton was speaking at a recent JIS think tank. The symposium on best practices for social and community renewal will be held under the theme Linking the Pieces, a holistic approach to community renewal. It will include local and overseas guest speakers who will discuss topics such as community renewal projects and innovative funding. The event will also be broadcast live on the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica, PBCJ, cable channel, or on YouTube at PBC Jamaica. And finally, Jamaica, Mexico, and Japan are working on a study of the sunken city of Port Royal. Culture Minister Olivia Grange says the project reflects a historic collaboration between the three countries and will benefit Jamaica's heritage tourism product. She says the Heritage Impact Assessment will take place in 3 phases, with the first phase to include the photogrammetry, which is taking detailed photographs of the underwater city. The second phase will involve a team of underwater archaeologists from Japan, Canada, Mexico, and the Netherlands, who are also expected to further train the Jamaica National Heritage Trust team. Phase 3 will include the preparation of the final report, which is expected to be presented in April 2022. Minister Grange says previously unexplored areas of the site, such as Fort James and Fort Carlisle, are included in the exercise. This is happening as the Culture Ministry prepares for the nomination for UNESCO designation of the sunken city of Port Royal. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.